going up doing my daily life with just maybe on a, I feel like I was just on a higher level. I feel like those dreams do be, foretelling of the
Yeah.
future.
Yeah.
And man, I had to like push myself out of it. I was telling her, I said, if God would have been calling me home, somebody in the physical life pulled me back this way, because I woke up, I pulled myself back like, whew,
Yeah.
deep
Like
sleep.
that was deep.
It was good though. It was needed then, and
Yeah.
I think the ashwagandhas, the little the berry. It's a berry ashwagandha. It's supposed to be really good with
Oh
relaxation.
yeah. Yeah.
My auntie pumps it for me, as far as making sure that you stay on your vitamins and
Yeah.
your nutritional
Yeah.
intake and nutrient intake.
Yeah.
So yeah, ashwagandha for my folks that like to sleep, and some other things that we could talk about. I like to bring up health things as well. Anything that I know that may help. High in antioxidant. Matcha green tea. Your moringa is good for you.
Yeah.
Black people need to start looking at your leg, your knees bothering you. You need to start looking at, getting you some collagen, to help with your knees or joints before they get bad. Start
Yeah.
looking at that. And of course, going to the doctor for all my black men in the city of Milwaukee,
Hmm.
making sure that you're doing that as well. That is extremely important.
Very important.
We definitely have some guests, and my partner in crime just walked in. I don't know. She may want to introduce herself. You feel like talking, or you just introduce yourself?
Sure. I'm Latoya. I'm the director of organizing and partnership at Wisconsin Voices. Um, um, how's your day?
It's going good so far. I was just telling him I told you about how that deep sleep I was in, and how I had to
Hmm.
pull myself up out of it. But yeah, I was just really just getting into start my little intro this morning. It was just getting into some health topics, and just making sure that people in the community know that at Wisconsin Voices, not only are we on the voting rights, civic engagement, team building, community, but mental health is important, physical health,
Hmm.
and if it's anything I can share with you when it comes to any supplements, nutritious, uh, uh, whatever, vitamins, juices, drinks. Of course, we'll drop it in there as well. So this morning I got me a little moringa and collagen. Yesterday I did the little matcha and collagen. So if you got anything that you may recommend for our community, it's big. It's important for us to be sharing. How to keep ourselves alive and active in Milwaukee and southeastern Wisconsin, making sure that we are taking care of ourselves. Tap in with us, 414-444-5250. As far as today, we will have us some topics. I did see Mr. Ron Mays is in the building from Conforce. We'll be meeting with him. I am looking forward to hearing what he has going on. So more likely we'll pull him in after the first break. Right now, we just gonna update y'all on things that's going on in the community, and things that myself and Latoya and of course our whole team may be actively involved in. So Latoya, what was the thing that you was telling me about? I know you don't want to talk too much. You can just tell me what it is, and then I'll tell the rest.
Oh, the cleanup tomorrow. Take
Yes.
back your curves.
So Latoya was in office. What was he doing? I forgot what he was doing. She just out the gate. Was he here when you
Here.
mentioned that? She mentioned that here. I felt like we was in the office. Latoya came up with the plan to let's take back our curbs. So people, if you're on a block, are you just about to get out your car right now? Are you in the barbershop, or wherever you at listening to WNOV 860 106.5 FM, be a voice, Wisconsin Voices. If you have a sewer, if you have anything in front of your property that you may need to clean out, and you seen DPW hasn't gotten to it yet, just kind of brush the stuff out the way. You just make sure that we've been getting a lot of rain, and some parts of the city and the county has had some torrential storms. Just make sure that you clean your gutters out. It's funny that you said it. So right after you said that, probably we had another rainstorm last week, and I was driving south on Titonia. It was there you go, right there. It was the biggest puddle. I'm talking about, if anybody, how they do these, the fast reckless driving. If anybody would have been doing any of that reckless driving through that puddle, I mean, it was like a little lake, and it was right there in front of that daycare center, kitty corner from Brown Deer, from the Brown Deer Park, on the same side as the gas station. If anybody's familiar with that Titonia and that Titonia section, it's really like the 50 something hundred block. It was a puddle there, and that was just because DPW hasn't gotten around to it, or they just didn't pay attention to it for whatever reason. But I rode past it the next day and seen where the exact sewer was, and it was a pretty large, graded sewer on the side that
Mm-hmm.
looked like somebody had, of course they cleaned out, but you'll see sometimes it'll take them a while to clean on out, but they that one right there in the brown deer border, they was gonna fix that one pretty quick.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so today, yeah, we'll be talking about some events and just making sure. And you said tomorrow for that, right?
Yes,
June
from
15th.
10 to 12. We're asking people to go just literally clean off your curb and either get the kids or some of these young people out here and have them put on some gloves and clean the sewers. We're just asking people to help DPW clean our sewers because we having these rainstorms and it's flooding our streets, and we want to see our community look better. So if we don't love our community, who else it will? So just asking people to take back our curbs and clean up our yards and pick up the paper and sweep down our curbs. I did mine already. So I'm asking everybody to take a little time out of their day tomorrow within in between 10 and 2
Mhm.
and clean your curbs.
Yeah, get out there, do what you need to do just to make sure that we don't have any issues. You don't want anything backing up into your property as well. Everybody knows about those legendary floods we had like 2010, 2011, and
Mm-hmm.
things we had, and even prior to that, you remember all those snow rainstorms we had. I remember my grandparents' basement was being flooded. I remember my aunt's basement got flooded, and it kind of changed the whole coziness of that basement that we
Mm-hmm.
had. So um just do what you got to do to make sure that your area is clean, and if not that, if your sewer is good, just go ahead and just remove any trash from your property. We want our communities, it don't matter if we live in, as
And you
far as,
can help a neighbor.
yeah, you got the
Got elderly
any
people
elderly
that can't get out there
neighbors.
themselves.
Yeah, I know I grew up on my old block. It was, and still is, you still got a few of the families that been there for a while. I'll say RP to Fred and Glow that
Mm-hmm.
lived across the street from me. They both passed away within the last few months. But Fred and Glow, they were some of my neighbors, and I would go over there and do what I got to do for them as far as cleaning up as much as I can. When it comes to helping him out with his yard and things like that. When I was growing up as a teenager, and that was something you just build that character as a young adult to make sure that we helping our people in Milwaukee County. So outside of that, we do have some events going on next week. Of course, we got Juneteenth popping off, so it will be some things going on in the community. If you are interested in coming out and supporting Wisconsin Voices, please reach out to us. You can go to our website. You can just reach out to one of us. I'm Brian, Bryan, at wisconsinvoices.org. You do have Latoya as well, obviously Latoya at wisconsinvoices.org. If you're interested in just saying, hey, we want to join y'all on the parade, hey, we just want to see what you guys got going on, or if you want to connect with any of our partners, which they'll be able to tell you about what they have going on in the community, and how you can assist them, whether it's volunteering at one of their events that they have going on during the Juneteenth weekend, or just coming out and seeing what type of atmosphere you may relate to. We would love to have the new interactions with people in our community. So,
And we have fathers making progress having their annual awards show tonight.
so yeah. Oh yeah,
So
yeah, 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 yeah.
definitely.
Let's get the exact, because we had them on earlier this week, and just to get the exact dates, I mean the exact time and date and all that. And I'm sure they have it on their page. I just want to make sure that I'm giving the accurate, date of
Mm-hmm.
what's going on and all that good stuff. So let's see what we have here on their page. Okay. It's the Fathers Making Progress Gala. It'll be Friday, June 14th, hosted by Kwaku Mosey. Looking forward to connecting with Teron, as he say, and that will be at uh, the location. I know the location over there is off of Hampton in the 3200 block, or 32nd, was it 32nd in Hampton, I believe, over there by Holy Redeemer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so if you are interested, we'll get the exact address today, but there is a award ceremony for fathers, and it's highlighted, this is Father's Day. This is the perfect time to come out and
Right.
represent yourself, represent who the person who gave you that knowledge in becoming a strong father, or whatever you want to come out and represent for when it comes to uh,
Father's
paternal,
Day
yeah,
weekend.
paternal love and
Yeah.
paternal support. Whoever is that paternal figure for you, we would love for you to tap in with us. So you can tap in with FMP, or you can reach out to us so we can get some information to you about that. Last night was pretty interesting, and well, this whole week has been interesting in Milwaukee. Either as far as looking at news when it comes to local news, or just seeing what's going on in the city. I see. I know NPS had another, meetings. They had some meetings and things like that yesterday as well, and I see the board that they do have left. I know, I know the CFO resigned, and if anybody has any comments or any questions about what happened last night, or you were there and you could tell us, how you seen it from your point of view. Reach out to us 414-444-5250 at 860 WNOV 106.5 FM. So NPS did pass the NPS board passes the proposed 1.5 billion dollar budget for 2024 and 2025 school year. It was a 7-1 vote as far as that. The Milwaukee Board of Directors Thursday night voted to pass next year's proposed budget. The director, Daryl Jackson, is the only one who voted no in that. The audience was split between passing it or tabling it, as they say, for June 30th, one day before it was due. Is credit to WISN, by the way. The proposed budget cuts 288 jobs, including 149 teachers. So you mean to tell me 149 teachers are going to have to pretty much be rehired if that's what people were saying in the community
Mm-hmm.
before? Like, they want you out this budget, this new budget, you ain't going to be making this bag. Or from what I understand, they ain't gonna be making that the money that they were making before if you cutting the budget and you cutting teachers. And if anybody has any more insight, please share as well. But the board pretty much finalized budget. Will vote on the finalized budget in October. So one part of the scandal includes the $252 million referendum that voters passed in April, uh, while not knowing the district state's funding was in jeopardy over its late financial reports. So, being left in the dark, that's another
Yeah.
reason why people are so feeling like they so stooped uh, with this. But, when it comes down to all this, and this is just me speaking from my heart, and, my views and opinions are not WNOVs or Wisconsin Voices, but probably more Wisconsin Voices. I'm sure WNOV agree. We have to put our hands and our minds together as a community to make sure that we are doing what we can when systems fall apart. We have to, in our community, with organizations, if the district's not going well, and we got a guy who's actually in there, it was my boy Keon in the building, looking family reunion fresh.
Family
Happy
reunion.
feelings in the air. For
Dun, dun,
real.
dun,
Yeah,
dun,
you
dun. Come
clean,
on,
boy.
Jay. Them
Touching
people
people
Jay said gonna give me a
everywhere.
spot on the band if I hit the notes right. So yeah, yeah, right.
Hey, Jay, I ain't gonna lie, we was somewhere. I threw that up. He came up harmonizing right up under me. I was like, ooh.
He was in the notes with you, huh?
Yeah.
So yeah, I know Keon was there last night, and he can tap in some more about it. But I'm just saying, when it comes to organizations, we as a community, when our systems may be lacking, we need to find out what are some of the services, or what are some of the skill sets that the teacher, I mean, that the students may need, that when NPS, hate to say it, or another school district or another whatever program you may have your kids in is failing, we need to have programs that can pick up, whether it's a week program. And not saying we be turning the teachers, we just need to keep our kids sharp outside of just what's going on in the school system. Because if they're not teaching proper sex health, or not, or proper hygiene health, or arithmetic, or whatever you feel it is, speech. And for what I see with a lot of NPS, the English and learning how to properly articulate yourself may not always be
I
being
just really want to
shown
know, to be
or,
honest with you,
or
Brian,
taught.
I just really want to know why people don't see that MBS need to be completely revamped.
You've been saying that.
It's
That's what you
just
said a few weeks ago. You feel like they need to just be completely
So
revamped.
so who doesn't see that? Because MPS been going through mess since Howard Fuller stepped down in 1995.
Thank you.
There was a plan. I mean, this is nothing new. I was at the meeting yesterday. I spent about an hour and a half there. Um, it was winding up to but I had other engagements to deal with. Yeah, it's amazing. It's just really like plotting a plan. You wonder why there was a woman who was at her first board meeting. It's about 56, I think. She had her kids speak. MPS, please pass the budget because we need to learn and blase blase. It was really mixed because you had adamant people on the side of pass the budget, kind of getting pushed back from folks who like cut it down, but at the same time, some got nayed, some got yayed because they were compassionate. We as teachers, we need to get paid. But this particular woman said, she had heard that they needed teachers and they were understaffed, and she's like, I go to the website and I apply and I call and they say they're not hiring. So what are you about to do with the money? It was like that. Like we needed to pass, but what's going on? So it was a lot of that going on when you get into the air quotes scheme of things. And you had your rebel rousers. So you can. I got some video. You can go to Wisconsin Voices Facebook page or the Keon Jackson Malone Facebook page. I got about 4 different posts of testimony and chants and stuff like that. I'm amazed. I mean, I didn't get to stay, but I heard you say, Brian, that they passed it. So that's why I left, because I ain't had the nerves for what was gonna come, because I know they blew it up in there. It was a packed house.
Yeah, I'm looking at some quotes now.
It was a packed house.
I'm looking at some quotes. People saying y'all lied to us. The money is fraudulent. These are quotes from individual. Matter of fact, this is an MPS parent, Elizabeth Brown, just to give her credit. It's ours. It's not yours. Talking about the money, So people are really showing. It took a lot for. From what I've seen, it seemed like it grew a lot. And tell me if I'm wrong. I've seen little meetings here and there, and it look like you're like 10, 15 people. This is the most I've seen for MPS.
No, it's been plenty of times.
Yeah,
because MPS is ridiculous. It's been plenty of times where we didn't have till they take you to that overflow room. They have an overflow room.
Yeah, that's what Keon was talking about last week.
We done been there plenty of times.
That has kind of been far and few. Your guest is outside. He could even speak more about it because he's been there. Next up, but the meetings have been kind of sparse. Like even when the news said, packed house, there's 30, 40 people in there, but there were a quality versus quantity loud 30, 20, 15 people. But once the things went down with Director Carr, once it hit the media, people start showing up. Definitely once DPI had to say what they had to say about the money. Then that's when I saw the the overflow room, But
yeah, so they
now, to your point, Liz Brown was actually, her name was put in a hat at the press conference the day before at City Hall.
Okay.
I know when I got there to do my thing, somebody had put her hat into the activist Liz Brown. When you say just parent, no, that's Liz Brown, Elizabeth Brown. Her name is well known out here. She's actually,
she works with
part of the Tory Law.
Armani.
And So it's I don't know, man. Like I say, MPS has been into something for quite a while. I haven't been fond of it. I come from a private black school. My first years was Harambe Community School. And I feel like once I got into MPS, it was kind of rough for me as a young black child. The systems and how they did stuff. You remember those Iowa basic testing skills? You might have got the higher scores. You didn't know what those numbers meant. And I don't think they sent it to my parents, but I just remember getting higher scores than a lot of folks that are elected officials today. But there was a plan for certain groups of folks to be laborers, and I'm not gonna get into
it was a process how you scored. It was laborers.
It really is
white collar, blue collar.
I didn't get put it. Well, when I got into high school, I was recommended AP classes, but that's because I didn't have an understanding, and being a latchkey child, my parents weren't really in depth with it like that. And I don't know if they had those when they were in school, so they didn't force me to do much anything. But when I got those higher scores, they didn't put me in any special classes up until high school. So I don't know. I got mixed emotions, and these are the views of Keon Jackson Malone. I got mixed emotions about how the public school is ran. And at the same time, I know that a public school is a public school, and education really starts at home.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
think at this point, there's certain things we don't do in our community and in our families that we expect the systems to do.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, it's about to be a doozy. It's about to be a doozy what happens with the school board because there's a public school takeover they're trying to do all over the country. So we'll see.
Yeah, and you said the key thing, education starts at home.
Mhm,
The teachers are really basic instructors.
mhm.
You have to go over your kids' homework and assignments with them every day and making sure that they understand them and they have the capability.
And I'm not giving the school system any leeway, but yeah, I got a cousin who's 2 year old son. He likes to fight and mess around, but when I get to him and I sit him down, he likes to grab books. But his parents don't even understand that because that's not what they did.
Hmm.
His father actually likes to read. I said, yeah, and he almost can read. All you got to do is read it to him once, and he can repeat every word you point to him. You know,
Hmm.
but 3 kids, young parents, they don't really pay attention. So once again, not giving MPS any grace for the mess ups, but 414-444-5250, 414-444-5250.
And it seems like amid the questions. So this morning today, what's today? Yeah, it looks like I guess people was concerned they met in secrecy. NPS board secretly in special meeting during executive session.
Oh yeah, they had to. Matter of fact, they got up and walked out for at 1 minute between the first and second questions. We gonna get up and we gonna leave for 5 minutes because y'all clowning. So they'll do that when they get nervous. They were trying to threaten to put a lot of folks out, but the police would have had their hands full last night.
Yeah,
You know,
they even released a statement. And before we go on break, I'll just read part of the statement. It pretty much said, in the spirit of transparency, the board is providing the recap of tonight's special meeting. So this is them trying to provide transparency. And it just said the board approved the CAP, which means the DPI is in possession to release general funding to MPS on Monday, June 17, per standard schedule. On behalf of the students, families, faculty, and staff of MPS, the board thanks everyone involved with the work on the CAP. In the interest of the students, families, faculty, and staff, the board approved the proposed budget. The proposed budget remains a work in progress. That's interesting. A work in progress and is subject to iteration until the final project. Until the final adopted budget in October 2024 per the standard annual finance schedule. Passing the proposed budget ensures continuation of critical services such as meals and mental health care programs for students throughout the summer. Additionally, it means teachers and staffs will continue to receive payroll checks and school leaders can plan for the next school year, among other important matters.
what one of the pushback was from one of the speakers was, don't pass it today. First of all, this is a superintendent proposed budget. That superintendent is no longer here.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of new superintendent time to get it. That was something that was pushed too. I just thought about that. So, to pass a proposed budget
There was somebody not
under,
even
under
the last person.
who was under a lot of scrutiny.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
at
saying?
that,
Who ended
yeah.
up resigning under pressure.
Yeah,
It's like, yeah, you passed this plan anyway.
yeah.
I got it.
So he got the last laugh.
So
if
he
you wanna-
still got what he wanted to done.
Yeah. All right.
Even if it was him, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
The players on the other side hitting,
And there's still some players left that I'm sure, that were involved just as much or more. It's
Mhm.
always the front man. You already know how this goes. Sometimes the front man it's the fall man, but I don't really know too much of the details besides what I see in the media. And, I don't really have any connections outside of that to the man. But, it's always
Devil
more people.
always in the details.
Yeah.
We're going to get you to come on in soon, Ryan.
Yeah.
I tried to get you.
I know last night, I went in and ran
But
my
I
errands.
see you clean, though.
Yeah. I told you I had to go ahead and
I
get it
see
cleaned
both
up.
of y'all
Yeah.
had that plan.
Yeah, right.
We gonna look good on the show tomorrow. I'm
Man,
telling
we might have to go.
I get clean in the office. I mean, I'm an old school.
We might have to go out into the community. Let us know if me and Keon need to come up and pull up and take some community shots at your business, place of business, anything today. 414-444-5250. Call us. Let us know if you got something going on. We just want to take some pictures of our community, smiling, laughing, eating good. You got a barbecue. You feeding the community. You out here cutting hair, whatever the case may be. I guess we're gonna go ahead and take a break and bring in Mr. Von Mays. You are on WNOV 860 AM, 106.5 FM with Via Voice Radio with Wisconsin Voices, Brian, Keon, and Latoya.
We've got work to do. We need everybody, every person, every voter to show up. We have to help ourselves because there are energies that are coming to rob us of our future, of our opportunity, and potentially of our vote. We cannot take a break. We must show up in numbers. We must vote.
Hi, my name is Tamika Vukovic, co-executive director of Wisconsin Voices. Please join Wisconsin Voices every Monday, Tuesday, and Friday. We will be focusing on community partnerships, voter education, and long-term collective impact for all Wisconsinites.
Wisconsin Voices' 3 pillars are protecting democracy. Your vote is your voice. Wisconsin Voices works to protect democracy in Wisconsin by fighting voter suppression, promoting voting rights, and ensuring fair elections for all. Teaching advocacy. Teaching advocacy empowers and educates advocates in Wisconsin by offering training, resources, and support to enhance their skills, fostering a more informed and effective advocacy community for social and economic change. Building community. Wisconsin Voices builds strong communities for a healthy democracy by collaborating with diverse partners, creating networks for positive change, and fostering a sense of belonging and common purpose. Learn more about Wisconsin Voices by going to wisconsinvoices.org. Learn more about what our partners are doing by visiting the events calendar. Listen to recent episodes by going to our podcast and radio. Get involved today.
Remembering what we stand for. At Wisconsin Voices, we remember what we stand for. Check out our movement dedicated to empowering citizens and shaping the future. Engage with us on our website, social media, and podcast to make a difference. Visit wisconsinvoices.org. Explore our events calendar, like and subscribe to us on social media. Listen to recent podcasts and radio, and subscribe to our email and newsletter. Amplify your voice and be a voice today.
WNOV 860 and W293CX 106.5 Milwaukee.
Welcome back. We filled up the studio. We out here deep. We got some great folks in here, man.
Filled up the studio.
What I say?
Filled up the studio.
Oh yeah.
Thick in here.
Yeah, it's packed. It's back now. We deep. What's good, y'all? We're back. WNOV 860, 106.5 FM, Be a Voice Radio. We got a squad in here. We got some people out here in the field doing work every day. We just go ahead and have them introduce themselves out the gate, and then we was ask them some questions, see what they got going on this week and next week.
Hey, what's going on? It's Meech. T4TC is live in effect. Last time we was here, man, we was getting stuff going. But
Meech, what it do? What it do? It's good to see you again.
Yeah.
Hey, what up? KB Burrell, T4TC.
T4TC.
What's going on, KB?
Hey,
What that stand for?
This for the city.
My
like
man,
that.
let them
Yeah,
know, because you know everybody don't know.
T4TC.
You know, some seniors out there talking about T to 4, 5, and 9. What?
I don't know, the word is out.
T50 what? Who is these folks?
Yeah, and then we got Vaughn Mays. You already know, man. T4TC, this for the city. You know what I'm saying?
Wednesday. Y'all already know Wednesday. We got a huge weekend ahead of us.
Yeah, y'all do.
Yeah.
Y'all busy.
Y'all, this kind of like the first of many.
That's why you got them shades on, because you ain't sleep last night.
I went to sleep at 5. Woke up.
I knew it.
It's gonna be solid. Because I definitely want to talk about that event. For those of y'all that don't listen, it's gonna be asked for some assistance here. Because you know, whenever I'm in the room with my brother Vaughn, you know, we was assigned to each other by God a while ago. So you know it's a mess when we in the room together. Somebody done pulled some mess, you know. So trying to, you know, but I think what the devil made for bad, God made for good. So there's an event that can help us with things that go on during the end of Juneteenth, and hopefully these brothers their event can help pull off something. But we need your help, and I'm gonna say we, because we need your help, and we need to put a call out for some donations. But Brian, if you don't mind, the last conversation you just had about MPS, Vaughn was there. He's attended many school board meetings.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, having me there shooting pictures on a whole nother purpose that, you know.
Should we start off with his view? See,
yeah, that's what I was going to say before.
What's your POV of the meeting, Vaughn?
And what goes on with
what would you think?
I really, you know, last time we went is when, you know, they were deciding on Posley. And I purposely didn't speak on that, but I spoke this time, and my whole thing about that, man, I agree, man. Everything needs to change. A lot of them people need to go. I personally, aside from being a parent that now has a child in MPS, on the activist side and the advocacy side, I have gone into many of these schools dealing with issues, and I, for at least the past 2 years or more, have been meeting with Posley, superintendent staff, different, and that's my problem. You know what I'm saying? Having these meetings, this one thing that need to change, and this carries over into this event, because when there's an issue, right, that needs to be fixed, and you go to people with a solution, and they spin you, they tell you that's a great idea, we gonna support it, let's do that, and then they make no move on it, and you hear about the mismanagement of money, people, stuff being funded that don't address that issue.
Hey, but that first part is like a double whammy for the whole conversation
today. And that's why we in the position that we are now.
Right.
And the crazy part is you got people like myself who go to these schools for free anytime they call and assist. I'm going to y'all, helping people put proposals in, resolutions, and people want to play politics and they want to shift the money around where they want it at. And we can't keep playing with our community or our schools or our children like that. And so it's, I know people kind of see like why people down there acting a fool, but when stuff is on fire, man, you can't control the reaction to it. It's time out. It's time over for a lot of how things have been going, and we need to get serious about the changes that need to be made.
Sound like dirty putter works to me.
Yeah, well said.
Well, that's why I called him to the stage, because I understand, and for both of us, and a lot of other folks in our community that get called on to go into the schools. And there's another part of the problem that the administration doesn't want you to know, because I know so many teachers that would love to come to those meetings and talk about what it is, but they see what the board will do to them, like they did to the former director Aisha Carr when she spoke out, because there's a lot of issues unseen for those of us that aren't in the school buildings. Like Michelle and I used to get into it about the pushback about folks wanting the police in the school.
Yeah, the liaisons and like they used to have.
Yeah, like Ron's shaking his head now. But my family is in there. And, I get called to every time I walk into school just to visit my family or my friends. There are 3 schools in particular. It always seemed like a friend of mine that worked there is pulling me into a group to holler at some young men. I mean, holler at them. Like, we going to round up all this grade because they doing this. And we, so it's always like a mediation or something. And those are my friends and loved ones. They want them there a lot of times, because one of my men, he got arrested. He get charged, but he got arrested for doing his job as a man.
Yeah.
For a young buck bucking up. You know what I'm saying? Just handling it the way he did. He's at risk for doing his job. He got to go through the embarrassment, and now the kids like, ha ha, ha ha. It's like the kid boy thing. When we get reckless, you can't do nothing.
Yeah, so I mean, what I see is like a fear factor.
Yeah, definitely.
Everybody's scared of the kids for some reason.
I don't think they're scared of the kids. They're scared of because everybody ain't scared of the kids. They're scared of the repercussions when they handle the kids.
Yeah.
It's both things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? For some it's more one than the other, but then a lot of people it's both things.
It's protection of the position, all that.
Right.
They don't want to touch it.
But that goes into this event again, because again, when you have a problem and you got people who willing to do the work, people who are successful in handling these type of issues, get out the way and let us do what we want to do. Don't sabotage it. Don't try to take it and do it yourself and know you're not going to do the same thing the same way and be as effective. Again, it's certain ways, man, that's been working in this city. And I know people want to keep stuff the same because it benefits them. But at the same time, man, our community, man, we got kids down, we got people, all type of stuff happening behind this stuff, and so that's why we are going to continue to step up and do what needs to be done, whether people support it or not. And I appreciate, WNOV. I appreciate, Wisconsin Voices, and everybody else who continues to support, regardless of what people may try to put out there or deter people from being, because people are scared. You know what I'm saying? I know they doing that and it may work, but I got people calling me and I don't know how to answer their questions. People scared about having a lot of black people, a lot of kids in a certain spot.
Yeah.
They said the same thing about the lock-ins, and we've been successful. You know what I'm saying? Just because you don't know how to do it don't mean we gonna be unsuccessful at it.
Hey, ain't that how we got together? Whether you want it or not, they gonna gather at a certain
and
spot.
then they tried to copy it the next year. That's the crazy part. You wait till you see, this can
Just
work, and then you try to move in and make money off of it. Now, man,
but it's not the event. It's not the action. It's the spirit of those putting in the action.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It's the heart.
always
So we
now
talking about intent. You know, it's your
You
intent.
got to know how to talk to them. I believe that. You know, working with, you know, I started off young with youth, just, you know, on the clock though. I wasn't, you know, putting in work with my free time like this gentleman was. But I started at St. Charles. I worked at Job Corps for 5.5 years, and it's a way that you have to approach these groups. You have to stay familiar with what's going on, what they like, what their interest is. It's not too far from what our interests are. They just have new artists and maybe a new technology, a new shoe or something. And then you got to find that individual kid what they like and what they have a passion about. Some of them, of course, it's gonna be hard, but you know, I didn't tap into some cats, man. I know now that was, man, back then that Job Corps that was just like these cats, and they was from all over the country. But you just gotta, as a person, you got to come genuine with them. So all that trying to come in, hey buddy, what's going on today?
Yeah, they want to be more relatable.
Trying to hear that,
They gotta
man.
be like, what's happening?
You gotta come like you from the city, or you from you aware of what's going on,
and you gotta be in the community every day.
Yeah.
We in the community every day.
Y'all are,
We talk to them
absolutely
every day.
Yeah, I mean, most of it is what we've been preaching is like these y'all nieces, nephews, cousins.
Right.
You know, these people that we know. You know, that you came across, people you work with, you know, nieces and nephews, family members, and all that. To where, you know, why you can't relate or try to tap in, or you know what I mean, try to really see what the problem is. You know, try to use your training.
Yeah.
Try to use your training to for the better. Other than that, man, it's me. I see fear factor. They scared.
Definitely.
I don't care what y'all say.
In a lot of these rooms,
they are scared to do what they signed up to do.
Right.
Yeah. Well, you know, when the point when I was like, might not necessarily be a fear factor, because I'm talking about cats, you know, out of the generations or the decades of cats that I ran with in the street. Ironically, about 60% of them are educators.
Yeah.
You know, so it's not that they scared. They just, because, you know, the repercussions, they're not scared. I know one of them used to drop them on, used to throw them against lockers in Washington. You know what I'm saying?
Now it's over with.
Right. He had to go into business for himself. You know, and now he's contracted by FPS. So,
yeah.
Yeah, I do agree with that too, though. It is a sort of a fear factor because I didn't watch how people just being an organizer, and you know this by the respect that these people give these kids, the lack of respect. I know it's being an organizer when I actually walk down the block and I speak to these young men. Most people like to go, you know, I say women on that behalf cross the street when they see a group of young men.
Yeah.
I walk straight to them. Hi, how y'all doing, young men? How y'all doing today? And you should see their face.
Light up.
It light up.
Doing?
Like,
Yeah.
ow, somebody actually saw me as a person. They respected me as a human. And it goes both ways. I agree with both of y'all. It is a fear in a way. Because a lot of people, these kids be clowning. And they don't. I'm sorry. These kids be clowning.
These kids, mamas and daddies be clowning.
That's really where it started at. You know that. That's where it
started at. But then we, as the streets, because we tore these streets up, and we know we did.
Yeah.
We got to be out there to say something to them and change their minds too.
Because we experienced all
I say
that.
this young man do one kid at a time. But you got to be out there and we got to be present. And like he said, we got to take that fear factor out.
Yeah.
And stop being scared of these kids.
Yeah.
Vaughn don't get no sleep, man.
Vaughn don't want to go to sleep.
Hey,
Vaughn don't want to go to sleep.
Hey, Vaughn double down as a superhero at night, man.
Yeah, I need one of them Michael Jackson cryo chambers.
He get a call right now. He gonna be gone.
Yeah. You know, I think I got Vaughn to sleep like twice about 10 years ago. I got him to the house and cooked something. While food
was it actual sleep or was it a power nap?
No, he went to sleep because I was cooking. So he got
it
was a power nap.
You can see the cooking is what does it.
Look, somebody taking care of him.
He's talking about meatballs last night. He's talking about we bringing 4 pans of meatballs.
Talk about the event, man.
Yeah, I want to hear about
this.
this.
Last time we was here, we hadn't dropped any headliners. Nobody knew what was coming. This week, we dropped the headliners. It's been going crazy.
JP, Big Frank, MT Twins, Maya P, 404, Kennedy, Steve the Stoner, Emmanuel the Prophet,
and many more.
But some folks like, what are they coming to?
Washington Park Band Shell.
Yeah, we hadn't got to that yet, but the purpose is, you know, for years.
Well, it's multiple reasons and purposes for this. You know what I'm saying? One, we support our artists.
Yeah.
And like I've been pushing, and even with the lock-ins, the whole idea is, and shout out to them, man. The Franks, the JPs, man, they pull up doing free cookouts, kickball games, all type of stuff. They are invested in their community, you know, before they blow up. you know, the whole idea you got to go blow up and be big and then come back and be
Yeah.
the other community. We trying to change that narrative too. So I really appreciate our influencers and our artists and our icons to start that before they get to them levels. So that's what that's about too. Them supporting the community and us supporting them on their way up and on their rise. So they know that they have that. They always come back. You know that they welcome back home. But the other part of it is, again, the Juneteenth aspect. One, the education. Our young people don't know about Juneteenth. We was at the Boys and Girls Club, and when we asked them that, really nobody could answer. You know what I'm saying? They just like it's an event that you go and have fun. Like they don't know the historical aspect of
some
it.
of that you gotta know too. So that's what you supply. You know what I mean? That's pretty much the demand that's in their head. Then you just gotta supply the fun, supply the education on top of that. Give them a space to really go. Like I say, it's uninteresting to them to be on Martin Luther King Drive. You know what I'm saying? So they've been trying. They've been trying.
But that aspect, the safety aspect, because again, when you don't create a space or foster a space for young people to be themselves and to do that safely, they create their own space, and that don't always go or look well. You know what I'm saying? Compared to what your goal is. So this is a specific plan to create a space, a safe space for them to be able to engage and connect with other young people.
Yeah, be part of the culture.
Artists.
Pretty much. It's more so like not just keep watching on social medias.
Right.
Be part of it. Let's spread the energy. You know what I mean? Like most of the time they just watch on the internet hoping they could. Where's it at? Hoping they can catch them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And then we all connected by music. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, so we bringing that all together in one, and just get people out to be involved.
Yeah, and I really like this game plan that y'all got to take a strategic move and move the youth and the adults and the young adults, because it ain't just the high school kids that need monitoring, y'all. Sadly, we got a lot of underdeveloped young adults in Milwaukee due to not wanting to understand or build knowledge, because it's not people just gonna throw it into. You got to reach out to understand the Juneteenth, to understand your Milwaukee history, to understand even just the local artists that y'all bring. Because I had to tap myself in. I'm 37. I had to tap back into that music, and I've been doing it, and I enjoy these guys. I used to be around when you were doing your music back in the day and different artists, and I always have some type of connection to local artists, even if it's not directly, indirectly through somebody. So it's nice to see that the older generations and us millennials and the Gen X's, that everybody able to collab, because that's how we get everybody to the next level when it comes to music and community and doing anything that's social activist type, is by pushing each other together. We can't do it as a bunch of millennials. We're gonna need some Gen X's. We're gonna need some, we're gonna need some baby boomers, maybe, who got the bag to come. We seen what y'all doing up there in Milwaukee. We need to go ahead and drop a couple meal tickets on y'all, because y'all doing some right stuff. So I just want to highlight y'all for having, because like I said, some people are scared. It do take courage to do what y'all doing and get out there and really work with these youth. I know, because I was always the first one to run into, I was a residential advisor at Job Corps, and I was running to the fights like I was a security guard, and security guards used to be waddling up to the crime. To the fights. I'm like, man, 5 minutes ago, y'all late. We didn't separate them. Now I got to write the incident reports, and that was the one thing. They didn't want to run to the fights, and they didn't want to do the incident reports. When you first responder, you know how that go. So just a couple questions. Another question for y'all. What do you think is the best way when it comes to just mobilizing on after Juneteenth is done? What I don't want to give away all, I don't want all y'all details, but what are some ways that you feel is the best way to mobilize the groups when it's time to move around after that? Have y'all I know y'all have, have y'all lightly can share some of your strategy?
So lightly,
please, lightly.
The
I don't want to
idea
get
is to get who they interested in out of there.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So who they come for will not be there at the time when it's time to go. You know what I mean? So all that lingering around, taking pictures,
they already gonna be like, man, they already.
You looking for JP, he gone.
Okay.
You know what I mean? That's pretty much what it is. After you get off the stage, it's immediate exit. That's nobody expecting to see nobody.
Okay.
At the end, you might as well go home.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's over.
And a lot of your traffic will be coming from Juneteenth. So, as far as, getting them over there, has there been a lot of mobilizing or strategy on mobilizing them from one space to the next?
Yeah, we have a plan in place for that. I don't want to get too much.
No, that's
light,
cool. No,
but,
I respect that. Yeah.
But yeah, it's some ideas we got that'll help them get over there.
Okay.
Other than that, it's just more so get there early.
Get there early.
Because
Nice.
we had 1,500 tickets.
Yeah.
Right now we ain't they free, but we had 1,500 tickets.
And that was 2 days of being open.
No, yeah, I done pumped it too on my you know, I don't got 1 million followers on my Facebook. I got about 3,000-4,000. Right. Yeah, I got 3,000-4,000. Right. I wish I had half a million. We had sold out the whole concert already. It'd be looking like a Millennial Park when Obama got put in office. But I had one more question for y'all when it came to the strategy. It went out of my head. But Keon, this is your side of the radio. So if you want to slide back over here, you can definitely have this floor. Yeah, you know what? I kind of like this. I like the command center. I'm used to sitting in command centers. I like the command center. I'm all in Mr. Rideout's area right now. But but I had one more question and it went over my head. But if y'all got any questions for the team that's in here, 414-444-5250. Tori, you got one for us? Look like you about to step up. Oh, Carvey got a statement. Come on, Carvey, come to the mic, my brother.
I just wanted to say y'all making it look good, man. Y'all y'all look just like how I look. You feel me? It ain't like we got no randoms just doing something like this. You feel me? Yeah. Like y'all really doing something and we could look at y'all and be like, it's possible. You feel me?
Yeah.
So I really just appreciate y'all for doing that. And I just wanted to say that.
That's huge. And that's just verifies what I said. You know what I mean? Like anybody can do anything, right? But it takes certain people to I don't like how we merged this and got together wasn't the most ideal way of how it came about. But for me, it was a blessing because I'm like, hey, this is what y'all do. So I ain't got to even worry about that. I can focus on what I do. You know what I'm saying? So
that's really what it is.
But I wouldn't just do this with anybody. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. Who I could not trust to go and handle their business and take control and, you know, get their part done. You know what I'm saying? So it really makes a difference about who steps up to do what, you know. So
yeah, my wife was trying to surprise that we did this so fast. From the last time we was here, we pretty much that's when we kind of started.
Dig it.
I got a question for you. I know that's for Juneteenth, and that's great. But what's the next steps past Juneteenth? Because we know this is gonna be an ugly summer.
July 4th.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I know. First of all, we hope this to be an annual ongoing.
Yeah,
thing,
definitely that.
From this point, but even. I know we have some of the same issues around July 4th, even though they're not going to do the fireworks this year. This is a plan that could work for multiple events, incidents or dates. You know what I mean?
You got the same thing happening whenever it get hot.
Hey, listen.
Yeah.
But we're forming a collective of individuals who are doing stuff throughout the year and kind of on our own, so we can kind of support and help foster and promote those events too, so that there's ongoing things throughout the year, you know, and we can just now your event coming up, we're gonna tap in and put all in on you, and you know, to ensure this is ongoing, because this is part of the thing with NPS.
It's gonna be called the calendar.
The calendar.
Yeah, we got a bunch of great people, man, involved behind the scenes with us.
Yes.
And they do events throughout the year.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna try to stay busy.
Yeah.
Because I think boredom is the big part of the problem with a lot of
y'all with the brother that set it up for this time.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Baby,
I always tell him, you know, whatever his consciousness level or belief is, I say that's baby Jesus right there.
Yeah.
Because in my
you gonna make some people mad.
But I don't care. I'm back to being me. I don't give a damn, because you know we went through that. When y'all found out, you remember that moment where everybody in the park was like, "You a Christian?" I was like, "Hell yeah, I'm a Christian." Hell yeah, I'm a Christian. But this brother right here, in my 30s, early 40s, 30s, he showed me what it was with 3 fish and 5 loaves. I heard it, I read it, but I saw it. You know what I'm saying? Because we had nothing, and I took it over to Atkinson when we got done.
Yeah.
You know, and then Farina Brooks and came from Atkinson and made a dream team.
Yeah.
And I'm just saying, we not the Black Panthers. It ain't nothing new.
Exactly.
But for our time, that's the man that did it here.
Okay.
You know, like when he get done talking about the way people play with the money, you know, we had a lot of bumps and bruises and stress and getting harassed by the police. I get arrested because I'm Von's guy.
Yeah.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? And bring awareness to the city. And with Eric Vaughn, rest his soul, you know, God put things in place to happen for a reason. You know, before he left out of here, he targeted on Vaughn for those that couldn't really see his nonchalant of people. You know what I'm saying? And you know, you bring the awareness that brings the money, and then folks move up that wouldn't even help. The cameraman gets a position in administration.
Yeah.
The gatekeep the bread.
Yeah.
Going back to what you said, not the one that was filming us and not trying to help us stop the fights and grab the guns. You know, so getting back to that, you know, this is going to be a great event, and I'm actually tripping because I thought there was going to be an ask today. You know, I got a lot of phone calls in the back to try to help make a lot of moves because what they don't know and what you haven't said, and you done got real good at that.
Yeah, I mean,
because it's some folks out there that really is out of order.
Yeah,
you know, that made some moves and made some promises that had the capacity that pulled back and are gonna try it again on their own, and it's not gonna be successful.
I'll tell you right now, it's 100K.
Yeah. So
man, listen, but at the end of the day, like, you know, our ass one, you know, and it's the thing, we're sitting here bringing again a solution, right, and folks, the people who have supported and who typically do. They don't even have to be something this dire. They just support all the time, right? So that shouldn't be the case, though, especially when we bring in something. We just had 2 years of people getting shot, right? So that's the marker that we are at. So what we're bringing to y'all ain't just a concert or a fun thing. This is a public safety issue and plan. So you should want to invest in that. You should want to invest in our kids. We see what's going on in MPS. So we're asking for people to financially support this so that it is successful. We have a budgeted plan with all the different things in place to ensure safety, to ensure that we maximize what these kids and these young people get out of this, you know, and all that different stuff. But our success is, you know, I ain't gonna say it's dependent on, but we a village. We're supposed to be a village, and we're supposed to look out for each other. This, again, it shouldn't be that much of an ask. I know the brother, they got banners and stuff they need to hang up that may need some type of profession to do that. People want to do that. We need food. We need somebody to grill. You know what I'm saying? It's different. We
security,
still
need everything.
You know what I'm saying?
Just to have it, you know.
Resources, if people pull up with resources, I know y'all to have a table and be promoting the civic engagement piece. But I mean, it's all hands on deck. You know, the same thing I ask when we do the lock-ins. Like, I beg people to bring job leads down there. I beg people to bring their programming and get kids signed up.
I dare you.
You know, like, I mean, that's what we say we do it, and we're gonna have, you talking about 1,500 tickets, and only one of the headline artists has even start to begun. You know what I'm saying? We ain't even finished promoting and putting it out there. So just imagine you got all these people.
Yeah, we still got
this is an opportunity to maximize.
We still got 2 more Boys and Girls Clubs to visit on Monday. Stuff like that with all the artists. It's gonna be lit.
And then I know we all do for a day a piece, man. Try to make it a week a piece.
Hey, you know, I'm grabbing back onto my authentic self again. You know, I've been missing him for a while. Got a little tender out here in the world, but I'm gonna start holding the lack of success. I'm gonna start. Jay, you know, I'm honest. You know, I'm genuine and I'm transparent with my life. You know what I'm saying? Because it helps other people to do that. But any non-success that happens, you know, as I make my way back here to the next phase of my life, I'm gonna make sure it ain't gonna be on y'all and the folks trying to do. I'm gonna make sure this time we call the names.
Right.
You know, I had to build the reputation. You know, FBI came in my house immediately messing with Vaughn. You know what I'm saying? But now I don't care. There's smarter time, so we're gonna start calling them out. Before we let go, because I know we got to go soon. Are you familiar with Carvey?
I am. Yeah.
I mean, are you familiar with Carvey?
We not tapped in like super deep, but
he got one of the hottest songs that's in the city.
Oh, see, I'm not. I'll run from some of that. Oh no. But I heard. I got cousins like, you in there with dude? I didn't know dude hot. So, you know, I got younger cousins, but on a personal level, you know, especially going through, you know, a certain phase of my life right here, this is a solid young brother, and you need to make sure that Vaughn, we pour dude into anything that you can that he can be a part of.
You know, it's funny
because he got a higher consciousness for his. What you finally made 19? I'm going to buy him a hat, man. You know what I'm saying? And he talked like, you know, he's one of them brothers that make you say, boy, who are your parents?
Man.
You know what I'm
saying?
You
know what, a lot of them are though. A lot of them are like, if you get to know them, and again, a lot of our kids, I think, even myself at 37, I still say people misperceive me. people have a certain way of looking at me and thinking about me that's just not real.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you really knew me,
Oh yeah,
you wouldn't even think half the stuff you thought.
Yeah.
I had to do a lot of mediation on that back in the day. Why don't you go talk to the brother?
But I
Instead of,
intentionally
you
want to
know,
build with, like, specifically y'all, especially the ones of y'all that's again on the rise. Like, I know a lot of people may think, man, dude coming around because I'm hot, like, you know, but you already know, bro. I really try to give all I could give to anybody that's on their way doing something positive. It's not that I'm trying to attach myself to you for I'm not really getting nothing out of it.
Yeah, we ain't,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So,
you heard what I said when I said Christ like baby Jesus, and I can stand on that 10 toes.
Hey,
down.
somebody did it for me, and that's how I got here. So.
I was gonna say to your point, you know how you said you could just walk in the room and people will have a whole like perspective of you, and just like how she said she walked up to them dudes that was walking on the street. You know, you don't know you don't know what they've been through, what's going on in their life. Everybody got their own situation. So what I'm saying is like you know what I'm saying, for you to just, you know, take your time out your day and, you know, give somebody a chance. That one chance might change their life. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
So that's all I'm saying.
That's
like
all
y'all
all
really
need is
going
a
crazy.
chance, man.
Appreciate y'all.
Somebody
He don't even take time out of his life. I've been a witness for 12 years. That is his life.
Yeah.
He eats, sleep, and everything else.
All right, so anything real quick to end it out? We at our last 2 minutes.
T4TCMKE.com.
Okay.
Cash App T4TCMKE.
Yes, hit that Cash App. Reach out to us, Wisconsin Voices, if you have any questions regarding the concert, anything that got going on. Again, we are in the building with WNOV 860 AM, 106.5 FM with Be a Voice Radio, Wisconsin Voices. We want to thank our guests. God bless y'all, Milwaukee. Have a great, safe weekend, please.
See y'all on the 19th.